this is your bird feeder right now.
Cardinal, Chickadee, Finch, the usual visitors. But in 8 hours, something is going to happen at this exact spot. And most people who feed birds will never see it. We check the radar, we check the trail cam footage, and what comes to your feeder tonight is going to surprise you. Welcome to the Animal Files. Today, what happens to your birds at night? In the next 8 minutes, you'll see the silent owl, the raccoon family who solved your baffle, the opossum saving your yard from ticks, the mammal in your neighborhood you've literally never seen, and the secret most backyard birders die without ever learning. You think your bird feeder goes quiet at night. You've never seen what actually happens after the sun goes down. By 9 p.m., the chickadees and titmice have already retreated into tree cavities, packed in body to body for warmth. Your feeder looks abandoned. It isn't. What science calls communal roosting. Sometimes a dozen birds packed into a hollow no bigger than your fist, sharing body heat to survive a 35-degree night. And inside that hollow, the chickadees are doing something almost no animal can. They drop their body temperature by 12 degrees. They enter a controlled overnight torpor, their hearts slow to a third of the daytime rate. A bird the weight of 2 nickels survives a winter night that would kill you in 3 hours. Above your yard, at this exact moment, billions of songbirds are migrating in the dark. They orient by the stars and the magnetic field of the Earth. A 2024 Cornell radar study captured the night air over a single Midwestern county and found over 400 million birds passing through in one 12-hour window. The Cornell lab runs a tool called BirdCast that maps this in real time. Right now, on any night in spring or fall, you can look at the radar map and see the actual mass of migrating songbirds moving over your zip code. Some of those birds will travel from Canada to Costa Rica without ever landing. You looked up and saw nothing. The sky was full. At 11:37 p.m., a great horned owl glides in on wings designed for silence. The leading edge of every flight feather has a fine, comb-like fringe that breaks the air into tiny, silent eddies. No swoosh, no rustle. Scientists call it velvet flight. The University of Cambridge tested it in a wind tunnel. The owl is, by orders of magnitude, the quietest flying vertebrate ever recorded. But silence is only half of what makes the owl a perfect predator. The owl's eyes gather 16 times more light than your eyes. The pupils take up almost the entire front of the skull. They're not eyeballs. They're tubes. The owl cannot move them. To look sideways, it rotates the entire head 270 degrees. And then there's the face. What looks like a flat disc of feathers is actually a satellite dish. It funnels sound to ears that sit asymmetrically, one higher than the other, so the owl can pinpoint a mouse moving under leaves from 40 feet away in complete darkness. It lands exactly on the perch where your favorite cardinal was at 4 o'clock. The owl stays for 3 minutes, then it's gone. A barred owl might pass through next, a screech owl. In a healthy suburban neighborhood, 3 or 4 owl species share the same territory, but only one is ever active at a time. At 1:15 a.m., the raccoons arrive, a mother and 2 cubs. They climb the feeder pole, work the baffle for 9 minutes, and figure it out. Raccoons have hands closer to ours than any other animal in North America. They will dismantle, twist, and pry. Your baffle is a puzzle. They like puzzles. A 2017 study at the University of Wyoming found that raccoons can solve mechanical lock sequences that defeat dogs, cats, and most primates. Their paw nerve endings are 4 times denser than a human fingertip. The reason they look like they're washing their food isn't washing. Water increases the sensitivity of those nerves. They're feeling it. Below them, an opossum is already cleaning every piece of spilled seed off the ground. The opossum has eaten ticks tonight too. Sometimes 5,000 of them in a single summer night. One opossum, one night. They are the most underrated tick control system in your yard. Here is what almost no one tells you about opossums. They are North America's only marsupial. Their body temperature is too low for rabies to live in their bloodstream. They are immune to the venom of 9 native snake species. And when they play dead, that's not acting. It's involuntary. The opossum cannot snap out of it. It will lie there for up to 4 hours, breathing 1 breath per minute, until its body decides the threat is gone. By 3 a.m., a flying squirrel glides from your maple to your oak, wing membrane stretched between front and back legs. There are more flying squirrels in your neighborhood than gray squirrels. You've just never seen one, because they only come out at night. It is the most overlooked mammal in North America. It is also probably visiting your feeder right now, and you don't know. In a single glide, they cover up to 150 feet. They steer midair with the tail. They land on a vertical tree trunk with all 4 feet at once, and they don't stop. And in 2019, biologists discovered something that broke the internet. Under ultraviolet light, the flying squirrel's belly glows hot pink. We have no idea why. They've been doing it for 40 million years, and we just noticed. But the night isn't done. By 4 a.m., a skunk arrives. They aren't here for your seed. They're here for what fell on the ground. And at this hour, 40% of their diet is insects. A red fox might trot through once before dawn. They're not looking at your feeder. They're checking if any rodents came to it first. And in many North American suburbs, somewhere between 3 and 5 a.m., a coyote will move through the yard. They almost never stop at the feeder. They are checking territory. They are listening for what you don't hear. At 4:51 a.m., exactly 12 minutes before sunrise, the first chickadee returns. The flock has roosted together. They knew where home was. They didn't tell anyone. They just came back. And by sunrise, your cardinal is back too. Your bird feeder never actually sleeps. You just stop watching. Here is the lesson that almost no backyard birder ever puts into words. It is not really about the owl. It is not about the opossum. It is not even about the flying squirrel. The lesson is that almost every wild animal on the continent has adapted to live within 30 feet of human houses. Most of them are doing it tonight, right now. 6 feet from your window. And the only reason you don't see it is that you're inside, watching the television tell you wildlife only happens in faraway places. It doesn't. It happens here. It happens to you. You just have to look. The trick is, you can watch. A motion-triggered wildlife camera, the kind that mounts on a tree, costs under $20 on Amazon. Point it at your feeder. Point it at the ground beneath the feeder, where the opossum eats. Set it to night mode. In 1 week of footage, you will see at least 4 of the visitors we just described. Most people see all 6. If you want the bird migration overhead, go to BirdCast.info on a night in spring or fall. The radar will show you the actual moving mass of birds over your zip code, updating every 6 minutes. You do not need an account. You do not need to download anything. You just type the address into your phone tonight and look up. What you see will not look real. It will look like a weather map of moving life. Then go to bed knowing 400 million birds are passing over your house in the dark. Tomorrow morning, watch the footage. You will see things you didn't believe were happening in your own backyard. Subscribe to the Animal Files for the wild lives happening exactly 6 feet from your window. Tell me what you saw.